What it do, what it do, what it do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon, so notification bell that alert you all content that I drop to my YouTube channel that hit your devices. Also hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV will appreciate that. Also hit the subscribe button. All three helps my channel grow. It grows my YouTube channel as we get more subscribers, more viewers to my channel, push it further to the YouTube galaxy. So I need everybody who likes my content, all my subscribers, future subscribers. Make sure you hit all three. Make sure you hit the bell icon, the notification, the thumbs up, and the subscribe button. I appreciate that. Also, if you want to continue to donate to my channel, hit the Cash App, $ all caps SREB 40. If you want to continue to donate, contribute, push this channel further, hit the Cash App. All information is pinned in at the bottom of the ticker. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title, Surviving P. Diddy. We in Diddy's land. I told you, S.L.R Media TV. We're everywhere. And we in Diddy's world. Let's get into it. Will P. Diddy be able to do the Diddy Bop and beat the cases? It's quiet, but when we know when shit is quiet, something's gonna pop off real big. Will Diddy be able to beat the case? But tonight, exclusive, Diddy, Jay-Z. Let's get into this. Let's break it down.
You got to be a unifier. You got to be a leader. Don't be in there and be a fucking complainer. Who's leading? Because all I'm talking about is the way you get to championships. I don't know what else anybody else is talking about. And ain't nobody got more rings than me.
Smash, smash, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Share the live feed. Tell everybody S.L.R Media is live in the building turn me the fuck up. Let's get into it. We in Diddy's world. Let's turn up the night.
It's 2020, y'all. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
You all remember when we said Diddy is fighting tooth and nail to make sure he doesn't go down alone? Well, it looks like his plans are finally succeeding because he just brought undeniable evidence of how Jay-Z allegedly unalived his mistress, Kathy White, to protect Beyonce. Allegedly, Kathy White got pregnant for Jay-Z and was threatening to do a tell-all interview about the affair around the same time Beyonce also announced that she was pregnant. And thinking of the absolute chaos Kathy's tell-all would be, Jay-Z made the obvious choice and decided to delete his mistress. Sources are now saying Diddy has strong evidence that can prove everything that went down, so Jay's days as a free man might be counted. Y'all better get comfy because we are about to break this down. So, there has been a lot of noise about how Diddy is planning to expose all his partners in crime from back in the day now that the lawsuits are getting more serious, and every day feels like one day closer to jail time. The latest update on Diddy supposedly ratting out everyone he has a history with is that he is exposing Jay-Z for unaliving his mistress, Kathy White, to protect Beyonce. If the name Kathy White does not sound familiar to you, it's because someone somewhere did a very good job of scrubbing her off the internet. And streets are saying that person is Jay-Z. For those of y'all that don't know who Kathy is, well, Kathy White, also known as Corey or Coriana, was a model and fitness expert who also ran her own PR firm, White Label PR. She used to hang around many celebrities, and she was actually close with a number of them, like Claudia Jordan and Jason Lee. In fact, Claudia Jordan, who has been described as a known homewrecker, used to join Kathy White in dating married men, and by that I mean stinking rich married men. Kathy herself is known to have admitted that she's here for a good time, not a long time. Unless a man has a net worth of at least 50 million, she won't pay him any attention. So, you can see how Jay-Z must have been the perfect match for her, even though they supposedly started dating long before he and Beyonce tied the knot. Rumors about the alleged affair between Jay-Z and Kathy sparked after Kathy and her BFF Claudia White were spotted at a Las Vegas nightclub partying with Jay-Z and Diddy. In fact, Jay-Z allegedly bought Kathy a $25,000 pair of Louis Vuitton shoes to wear that evening. Sources also reported that Jay was very particular about keeping the relationship low-key, so he would do things like ask her to bring a couple of friends along for a ride so it wouldn't look like they were a thing, which is what he did that evening. While they were in Vegas, Jay also reportedly took Kathy on a trip to the Bellagio casino, asking her to bring a few friends to their table. It looks like Jay was really taking care of Kathy, so much so that her friend Claudia Jordan was reportedly jealous of how Kathy always seemed to pull all the wealthier ballers and how she had over $100,000 worth of bags and $200,000 worth of shoes and how she could just randomly buy her friend a $3,000 Louis Vuitton bag. So Jay was definitely doing right by Kathy. Well, until he started seeing her as a liability, and that's why it's interesting that in 2020, a blind item from Crazy Days and Nights said, "This A-list host model is also an actress. Our host has always stayed quiet about the death of her friend, but has become more convinced over the years that the permanent A-list rapper had her friend killed. It just seemed too convenient that he wanted her out of the picture, and shortly after he said that, the friend ended up dead." It was then revealed that the A-list host was Claudia Jordan, Kathy's friend, and the rapper was Jay-Z. Well, as the saying goes, all that happens in the dark will eventually come to light. It didn't take long for people to start putting two and two together and figuring out that Kathy was Jay's mistress. Naturally, they started reaching out to her for comments on the situation, and about 2 weeks before she passed away, a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection allegedly reached out to her. But, and this next part is important, Kathy strongly denied all allegations of having an affair with Jay. I'm not even surprised, given the lengths Jay went to make sure things stayed under wraps. He must have really made it clear to her that the moment she breathed a word about the affair to the public, the gig was up. But either Kathy finally got tired of living a lie, or she figured that with a baby on the way, Jay-Z wouldn't dare leave her hanging. Either way, she decided it was finally time to tell her story, and she allegedly hit Jay up to tell him she was going public with the affair for a price. However, reports reaching us say that first responders to the scene felt her death was suspicious. Also, at the time the news of Kathy passing away from a brain aneurysm got out, it was still too early to know for sure that that's what really happened. Besides, Kathy was young, fit, and healthy before she passed on, so her just randomly dropping dead from a brain aneurysm was just highly unlikely. A detective from the NYPD had this to say about her death. A 911 call from an apartment 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. An ambulance came and took Kathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she expired. It's too early to be speculating that an aneurysm offed her. They will be doing an autopsy later today to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Kathy a bad drug, so they'll do a toxicology report, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report. What's crazy is that the report never came through, and even though literally every detective and cop who worked on Kathy's case felt the circumstances were suspicious, her cause of death was still ruled as a brain aneurysm. Girl, it sounds like someone was out there pulling strings to get that whole thing covered up, and this brings us back to Jay-Z. Now check this out. Kathy passed away in early September of 2011. If y'all remember, this was also around the time that Beyonce announced her pregnancy with her and Jay's first child, Blue. The timing is definitely interesting, especially considering all the conspiracy theories we've heard about Beyonce not actually being pregnant at the time, but instead having a surrogate carry her baby. Tabloids at the time started speculating that Jay might have had Kathy deleted because he didn't want the fallout from whatever story she would have told the blogs to affect his marriage with Beyonce. One blog even wrote that Kathy's death has stirred up some unwanted attention for Jay-Z, with claims of a hidden love child in Trinidad and Tobago, and Illuminati theorists claiming her death was a sacrifice for the famous couple. What's even more interesting is that all the renewed attention on this case was started by someone who also believes Jay had something to do with Kathy's death, Liz Crokin. Liz wrote an extensive report about the whole thing where she talked about how she reached out to Kathy for an interview about Jay-Z. According to her, Kathy initially denied knowing or ever interacting with Jay-Z until she pulled up pictures showing her hanging out with Jay and Puffy. At this point, Kathy allegedly told Liz that she would consider doing a tell-all about the affair. Then all of a sudden, Liz couldn't get through to Kathy again, and when she finally got a hold of one of her friends, she was informed that Kathy was no more. Some of Liz Crokin's recent tweets about the situation actually brought new attention to the case. In one tweet, Liz said, "As I said in a tweet the other day to Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died, was murdered. I know everything. I know what you did. So go F yourself, Jay-Z. There will be justice for Kathy White." What's also interesting is that it looks like Jason Lee might have been the one who originally spilled the tea about Kathy and Jay-Z's alleged affair, because Hollywood Street King reported that their sources got their information from him. Suddenly, it all starts making sense how Jason could literally try and blackmail Queen Bey in front of the whole world, would ruin Beyonce if it ever got out. As y'all know, a lot of the OG hip-hop guys ran in the same circles back then and did a lot of shady things together. Apparently, while they were out there painting the town red, Diddy was collecting audio and video recordings of all the shenanigans, both legal and illegal, and he's now ready to spill all the tea. In fact, some people are saying Diddy has already started speaking with authorities, and Jay-Z might need to start preparing for the day of reckoning. Jaguar Wright recently said Diddy has released footage of Jay-Z and Beyonce at some of Diddy's infamous freak-off sessions. Now, Diddy is allegedly set to reveal all the dirty details of how Jay-Z unalived his mistress to protect his wife. And Diddy is not the only celebrity who feels the same way, because Jaguar Wright once talked about how she believed Jay or Beyonce might have done the deed and then hired people to clean it up. Anyway, it seems like fans are happy that people are finally talking about Kathy White, and some have even compared it to Kim Porter's death. Yes, I've talked about this woman for years, and it got swept under the rug. Now the light is shining. It's odd that Kim Porter died under similar circumstances. I believe all of this and that Bey profited from Jay's misdeeds. You can't outrun karma. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Then check out this next video.
Jay-Z.
Queen Bee may not be seeing her husband for a very long time. The cops have been all over Diddy's business lately, and in their recent investigations, it looks like Jay-Z is allegedly one of Diddy's partners in crime when it comes to engaging in wild freak-offs. Now the cops allegedly have Jay-Z in custody, and things aren't looking good for him. Keep watching till the end of this video to see just now Jay-Z arrested in connection to Diddy's freak-offs. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
Before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to the #1 celebrity jeweler, the Ice Champ. The Ice Champ is doing a special deal for the next 24 hours on diamond watches, chains, and more. Follow at The Ice Champ on Instagram now.
Jay-Z confesses to freak-offs with Diddy. Queen Beyoncé has always consistently excelled in her professional career, yet her personal life faced upheaval when challenges arose in her marriage. The union of Jay-Z and Beyoncé drew considerable scrutiny amid rumors of infidelity. Jay-Z has been heard admitting in an interview that he had been unfaithful to Beyoncé and attributed it to his childhood issues. The couple had seemed flawless, but the strains in their marriage became evident in 2014, coinciding with the speculation about cheating. Beyoncé's impactful album Lemonade seemed to substantiate the rumors of unfaithfulness, prompting Jay-Z to finally address the veracity of the reports. During an interview with the New York Times Styles magazine, Jay-Z disclosed that his upbringing had prompted him to erect emotional barriers, causing him to shut down and engage in infidelity. Pouring out his feelings, he expressed, "The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you have caused, and then have to deal with it yourself. You have to survive, so you go into survival mode. And when you go into survival mode, what happens? You shut down all emotions." He further added, "So even with women, you gonna shut down emotionally, so you can't connect. In my case, like, it's deep, and then all the things happen there. Infidelity." Jay-Z went on to further explain that the incident of his cheating happened when he was out partying with Diddy on one of his nights out. He claimed that he and Diddy have been friends, and throughout their friendship, they have had several parties where girls were brought in, and they ended up doing a lot of freaky stuff. In a video streamed on his Tidal platform, Jay-Z openly discussed his relationship challenges with Beyoncé. The short documentary was released in conjunction with his album 444. Within the documentary, Jay-Z, who tied the knot with Beyoncé in 2008, acknowledged that confronting potential issues in his relationship and striving to resolve them has been one of the most challenging things he has ever faced. Titled Footnotes for 444, the documentary includes discussions about relationships with women and interviews with celebrities such as Chris Rock, Will Smith, Kendrick Lamar, Chris Paul, Jesse Williams, Aziz Ansari, Mahershala Ali, and Meek Mill. "This is my real life," he says. "I just ran into this place and we built this big, beautiful mansion of a relationship that wasn't totally built on the 100% truth, and it starts cracking." He continued, "Then we had to get to a point of, okay, tear this down and let's start from the beginning. It's the hardest thing I've ever done." Diddy and Jay-Z abused 17-year-old on their private jet. Diddy and two of his associates were recently accused of sexual abuse in a lawsuit that was marked with a trigger warning. The 14-page complaint was filed by Jane Doe against Diddy, former Bad Boy president Harve Pierre, and Jay-Z in the Southern District of New York, with the plaintiff requesting a jury trial. Incredibly, it happens to be the fourth known suit since singer Cassie, Diddy's ex, accused him of physical and sexual abuse in a suit that was filed on November 16th, but settled the next day. Jane Doe, in the complaint, said that Diddy, Pierre, and Jay-Z and trafficked her back in 2003 when she was a 17-year-old high school junior. Jane Doe claimed that Pierre, who happens to also be a singer, was accompanied by Jay-Z and others as he approached her and her friends at a lounge in Detroit. According to the complaint, Pierre told the teenager that Diddy would love to meet her and encouraged her to fly with him on a private jet to New York City. While they were still at the lounge, Pierre allegedly took Jane Doe into the restroom where he forced heavy amounts of cocaine upon her and then forced her to have oral sex with him. Afterward, Pierre directed her to take a flight to Daddy's house recording studio in New York City, which Diddy owned. She claimed that while she was on the private jet, she was given copious amounts of drugs and alcohol, which in turn made her lose consciousness. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Doe became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having with anyone. Beyoncé's sister confronts Jay-Z about freak-offs with Diddy. Jay-Z found himself in an elevator at the Standard Hotel in New York City, accompanied by his wife Beyoncé and her sister Solange following a Met Gala after-party. Words were exchanged between Jay-Z and Solange, and in no time, it got physical. Jay-Z tried to defuse the situation and calm his sister-in-law, but his efforts to do so were in vain. Solange successfully delivered a few punches before a bodyguard attempted to restrain her. while Beyonce observed without saying a word or trying to stop her. The situation escalated to the point where the bodyguard halted the elevator to contain the altercation. In the midst of the scuffle, Solange even used her purse, hitting Jay-Z with it and causing its contents to spill out. As the elevator doors eventually parted, Jay-Z attempted to prevent any further attacks by grasping Solange's arm, but she persisted. Beyonce's sister seemed unfazed as she made her way to the hotel entrance with the Carters following closely behind. Solange and Beyonce entered one car while Jay-Z entered a separate vehicle. A week later, TMZ leaked footage of the family feud courtesy of a rogue security guard who was promptly terminated after an investigation. The altercation allegedly stemmed from Beyonce and Solange observing Jay-Z getting uncomfortably close to fashion designer Rachel Roy, who happened to be the woman with whom Jay-Z had an affair. The most important thing is that our family has worked through it, the Carters said in a joint statement that was issued the day after the video leaked. Jay and Solange each assumed their share of responsibility for what has occurred. They both acknowledged their role in this private matter that has played out in public. They both have apologized to each other, and we have moved forward as a united family. The statement further read, "At the end of the day, families have problems, and we're no different. We love each other, and above all, we are family. We've put this behind us and hope everyone else will do the same." Following the elevator incident, Beyonce astonished her fans by releasing her Lemonade album in 2016. Tracks like Hold Up and Sorry hinted at family issues, leading fans to scrutinize the identity of Becky with the good hair. After the album's release, Rachel Roy shared a photo on Instagram with the caption, "Good hair, don't care." This fueled speculation that she could be the person referenced as Becky on the album. Rachel Roy initially worked as an intern at Rocawear, the urban clothing line founded by Jay-Z and Damon Dash. She subsequently married Damon in 1998, only to divorce him in 2009. Wendy Williams on her show claimed that both Damon and Jay-Z frequently changed their girlfriends. Williams also asserted that Solange attacked Jay-Z in the Met Gala elevator.
That's the other person that was with them. They go up to the feds with all this paperwork. You understand? And I mentioned this before. You understand? They not only talking about the extortion stuff, they talking about how they trying to be made to and to have this what you call this promotion, this distribution thing. They putting Jay-Z was a part of it. They telling their story, and it all is coincide what we said years ago.
A lot of people going to say, "Oh, that's the homeboy. He snitched on everybody else, but he ain't snitched on me." He's still a snitch. Where's P.Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him?
Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip-hop communities for decades so that they can have control.
Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal is back in the spotlight with shocking claims about how Diddy and Jay-Z allegedly snitched to the feds to shut down the plans Suge Knight and other black executives had for the first major black distribution company. Back in the early 2000s, Suge, Irv Gotti, Jay Prince, and Dame Dash were all in on this plan to unionize black artists and create an all-black-owned music distribution company. But it all came crashing down when Diddy and Jay-Z withdrew from the deal and allegedly snitched to the white-owned distributors. Next thing you know, the deal was blocked and the FBI raided everybody. But what exactly did Gina reveal about Diddy and Jay-Z being snitches for the feds? Did these two really destroy a plan that could have changed the music industry? Let's get into it.
They're the reason why rap in New York went down the drain. They made sure that these young cats didn't come up with platforms.
It seems like every day there's some more dirt being uncovered about Jay-Z and Diddy's shady ways. This time, Gene Deal is back with allegations about how Jay and Diddy allegedly snitched on their fellow black record label owners and sabotaged a plan for the only black music distribution company. So according to Irv Gotti, Suge Knight came up with this plan to unionize music artists, and the union was supposed to include artists of every genre. Irv said, "In the music business, the artists, we have no union. There's no health care. It's nothing like that. It should be done." It was all his plan, and it was a hell of a plan. According to Suga's plan, record labels would cover artists' union dues up front by adding the extra cash to their recording budgets. Then, when the artists' albums are sold, they'd have to pay back the label for these costs, similar to how they handle advances. This setup would give artists access to vital benefits like healthcare and retirement plans. In 2002, Suga gave a powerful speech at the West Coast Hip Hop Summit and spoke about how major record labels keep artists under their control by retaining ownership of their masters, and most artists don't have enough leverage to buy back their masters.
It's how many people want to have a union? How many people want to get together and say, okay, we want to network. You got a deal at Universal and your points is too low. You got a deal at Universal and they got 100% of your public. You got a deal at Sony and you don't own your masters. But it's your artist. And I'm going to tell you one other thing before you guys go, if you really want to know what's going on, it's real plain and simple. A lot of record companies tell you that at the end of the day, you have the right to buy your masters back.
Suge directly called out major artists and black label owners, including Diddy, asking how come they didn't want to show their support for this plan that was meant to benefit everyone.
Where's Ja Rule? Where's Fred? Where's Irv Gotti? Where's P.Diddy, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call it? Where's, I can go on and on. Where's Pete? Where's Outkast? Where's Jermaine Dupri? Where?
It's a West Coast beef.
But at the same time, they want to come out here and West Coast love. At the same time, when it's an East Coast summit,
We out there.
these old Hollywood wannabe fake niggas is out there. So why they can't show the same report? Support, but not an idiot. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's cool. At the same time,
Mind you, Suge dropped Irv Gotti because this summit took place before Irv agreed to join Suga's plan. However, Suge eventually managed to get almost all major black record label executives to side with him, all but two, Jay-Z and Diddy. Now, you know how rumors have been going around that both Jay and Diddy allegedly have lost ties with the feds and shadowy figures in the establishment? In Diddy's case, it allegedly started with his father, Melvin Combs, an associate of Harlem drug lord Frank Lucas. Melvin was shot and killed in 1972, and while the case was never officially solved, Gene Deal claimed Melvin was taken out by his own men for being a snitch. And according to Gene, Diddy almost suffered the same fate because the bullets that killed Biggie Smalls in 1997 were reportedly meant for Diddy.
Let's reminisce that night we was at Andre Harrell's house, and I told you that this cat was coming to kill us or try to get at us that night. I told you I had intel, but you didn't want to hear it. Let's reminisce the fact I told our driver, Kenny, run this next 3 lights. Run the light, Kenny. Kenny ran the light. Big stopped at the light. Big get killed. Wasn't meant for him, bruh. Let's reminisce. Let's reminisce when you told Wolf's mother right after he died that you didn't owe him no $300,000, and he had delusions of grandeur, and all he wanted to do was smoke weed. Let's even go deeper than that, bruh. Let's reminisce how you had people on the security team
and wreck
find
TV.
people to testify against Sean. You a rat. I ain't gonna even put you in the category as a rat, dog. You worse than what your father was. Let me give you a little intel on him. You understand? That meeting that New York Freddie want to have with you, Freddie Myers, and tell you the real deal on your father? Let me give you something, dog. You would have died just like your father did that night if I wasn't in the car with you. You understand? Your father died because he was going to snitch and rat out his crew.
As for Diddy's alleged ties to the feds, word on the street is that this is the main reason he was never officially investigated, despite being accused of serious crimes. What's interesting is that when news initially surfaced about Cassie suing Diddy,
when I heard that Tupac died, I was cooking in the restaurant and tickets were piling up and shit. I'm like, I don't care, fire me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was devastating. It's just like, oh my God. Tupac was the first rapper to me that could make you cry.
That's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me.
Because you felt Pac. You can't just listen to Pac. You would feel Pac. If you listen to him, you're gonna feel him. But anyways, this is Tupac, If I Die Tonight.
Eminem and P. Diddy have had a simmering tension for years. It's a feud that's kept fans speculating, but what exactly sparked this feud? Well, one major moment was when Machine Gun Kelly took aim at Diddy in a diss track aimed at Eminem. In the track, MGK raps about Diddy's alleged involvement in the death of Tupac Shakur. This wasn't just any diss track, it was like throwing gasoline on a fire. But why would Eminem have beef with Diddy after MGK dissed the music mogul?
Nah, fuck that. We're gonna say that for another. We're gonna say that for another Surviving P.Diddy episode. That's it for the night. It's all I'm giving. But like I said though, that's the preview of the next Surviving P.Diddy. That's why I need everybody to make sure you tap in, the subscribe button, hit the notification, share the live. Surviving P.Diddy Part 8, Jay-Z. Yo, it's very crazy that you ain't heard nothing from Jay or Beyonce ever since this Diddy shit has popped off. You ain't heard nothing. As I say again, once the information hits, the drops, the breaking news, this is the channel where you need to tune into, tap into for all the great content, all the Surviving P. Diddy content. I told you, S.L.R Media TV, we everywhere. We in the building. Where is my motherfucking Emmy at? Where we are Emmy Award. We know we the award-winning Emmy over here on the podcast, sir. We in the building. We in the hip-hop sector. We in the dirty sector. We in the late night sector. Smash that like button. Support the channel. Grow this channel and make it one of the top YouTube channels in the game. Let's get it. Let's get this channel. I'm trying to monetize this channel. Let's get it. Let's get it. We're America. That's what we do. We build small business and we make them great. This is what this is. I'm a small business. Let's make it great. There's nothing but great opportunities in America. And what makes America great? American people, proud American. Matter of fact, people all around the world. What makes us great? Support. That's what we do. Let's make this channel global. We're a global brand. That's what we is. Shout out to all my subscribers around the world. Make sure you like something up tonight. Make sure you smoke your good one. Enjoy the great content. Will Diddy beat the case? That's what we need to know. I don't know if you're going to beat the case or not. Maybe, maybe not. But like I said, we're here to cover it. We're here to find out for sure. But as I say again, part 9 will be coming. Tap in. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like. Hit the notification. Support the channel. Support the movement. I'm out.